Good morning, Professor. Good morning, everybody. I would like to apologize for not being able to present this synchronously. So, the third policy proposal would be creating a nationalized minimum wage standard and subsidizing it to be on par with the National Capital Region's minimum wage. So, to give context, wage increase has always been part of the legislative power. But since the enactment of Republic Act 6727 or the Wages Rationalization Act of 1989, it paved way for the creation of the National Wages Productivity Commission or NWPC and Regional Tripartite Wages and Productivity Board that now determines the minimum wage that is being set per region. And who are the entities involved on this process? So, in the process, government agencies such as DOLE and DTI shall coordinate with each other to identify the qualified beneficiaries. And according to the August 2022 data of the Philippine Statistics Authority, 1.04 million Filipinos working in formal establishments are being paid with the exact minimum wage. So the policy program shall take effect on the 17 regions of the Philippines. So the policy program shall take effect after its legislation process. So why do we want to have this kind of policy? Number one, to improve the living standards of the people. Number two, to reduce economic inequality. And number three, to reduce labor migration. So the policy program shall help improve the living standards of the people. With the continuous rise of the prices for the basic living commodities, millions of Filipino families continue to struggle from this situation, including the minimum wage earners outside Metro Manila. A nationalized minimum wage standard shall help alleviate their situation since it will increase their salary, and that means that they will be able to provide more for their families. The average nominal minimum wage nationwide is, however, 8,902 pesos monthly. This is 3,128 pesos or 26% less than the average monthly per poverty threshold, which in effect makes the minimum wage a family poverty wage. This is even further away from the average monthly family living wage, which is 14,885 pesos. Second, the policy program shall help reduce economic inequality. In a 2022 report by the World Bank, the Philippines ranked 15 out of 63 countries in income inequality. The top 1% of income earners contributed 17% of the national income, while the bottom 50% only captured 14%. Additionally, the nation has one of the highest income inequality rates in East Asia. A nationalized minimum wage standard shall help narrow the gap between the high-income Filipinos and low-income Filipinos. And third, the policy program shall help reduce labor migration. Wage disparities between regions can lead to labor migration from low-wage areas to high-wage areas. The Philippines is known as one of the top countries that exports labor. A national minimum wage standard can help mitigate this by reducing the incentive for workers to migrate solely to get better pay. So, how will the policy program work? Qualified beneficiaries from different industries, may it be in manufacturing, retailing, service, or etc., shall be identified and be granted with the subsidy after processing it. Maximum subsidized days of work shall not exceed 10 days. So, what is the basis for this subsidized days? So, for example, a fast food crew in Zamboanga City receives a daily wage of 381 pesos since their job falls under the non-agricultural category. So 610 pesos, which is the minimum wage in NCR, minus 381 equals to 229 pesos. Therefore, the subsidy that he shall receive must not exceed nor lack 229 pesos. Since 10 days would be the maximum subsidized days of work, he can get as much as 2,290 pesos per month from the government. So where will be the funding taken from? On the 2023 National Expenditure Program, or the budget proposal of the government, the Department of Budget Management allocates DOLE with 14.9 billion pesos for its tulong panghanap buhay sa ating disadvantaged or displaced workers, or TUPAD program. Instead of wasting the taxpayers' money on this program that is used for political advantages, the government must instead realign the budget on more purposeful programs such as the subsidy program. The TUPAD program, which temporarily employs displaced workers for 10 days, shall also be used as reference as to why the maximum subsidized days of work will not also exceed for 10 days. And that would be all for this policy program proposal. Thank you.